Hello and welcome to Wheatzer's Woodshop. My name's Ted. We're going to make some things. Alright, how's it going, YouTube? So, as of lately, I've come across some people asking about what we can do with sawdust. And like any shop, we make a lot of sawdust. And you know, it's really not healthy for you, so it's a good idea to wear a respirator. It's a good idea to, clean up as much as you can when you do make sawdust. So, and that's why I like some of the hand tools, planes and stuff like that, because they make shavings instead of sawdust. So it's a little cleaner, it's easier to clean up. But I have both today. And so here's my secret. I'm making fire starters. We do a lot of outdoor fires, and we got a big fire pit. We got a couple around the property, so we really enjoy our time out there. And we'll cook over them. We'll s'mores. It's nice just to hang out in a nice warm evening. So this is what I do. I stuff these tubes. Sometimes they're toilet paper. Remember our toilet paper pandemic? I'm sure there's millions of these floating around somewhere, or everybody's just throwing them away. So this is starting to smoke. So what I do is I melt this wax, and I get this at like Tractor Supply, or I get it at country store, or wherever you can find it. Sometimes it's on sale, sometimes it's not. And usually it's really cheap. It's only a couple dollars, $4 or $5 for a bag, 16 ounces, I believe it is. So this one actually smells really good. It is called, let's take this out of the bag, cinnamon rolls. So if you can smell it right now, yeah, it's cinnamon rolls. It smells fantastic. So what I like to do, this is just an egg carton. And what I do like to take is on the very bottom, I use the fine shavings. So taking these and then just putting them in here. And don't worry about making a mess. It's not gonna, that's what the egg carton's for. It's catching all of them. So I'll do these first three right here. Oh, there's some type of debris in there. So I get enough of a base of the really fine stuff, maybe about a third of the way, maybe half of the way. And we go there. Then I take the big chips that I make, or the big shavings I make from, and that's, so I make take the big shavings from my plane, and then I stuff it the rest of the way in there. And then just make sure it stays, down. So if you lift it up, that stuff on the bottom is going to fall out. And then pack this tight. And then there'll be gaps, and there'll be all sorts of, and then on the top, a little more loose, and then make sure some of it kind of hangs out, because this will be like a wick. And we'll go with the other one. And then make sure you wear your safety glasses too, because this pan gets super hot. So if that decided to flare up or go after you, you're not gonna enjoy that in your eyeballs. So that's it right there. And then I'll continue the whole thing right there. And then use a stir stick, just a scrap metal, and then make sure this stirs up. And it's starting to melt pretty good, so a little bit anyway. Let's check it. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while. If you turn it up too hard, of course, it's gonna burn. You don't want to burn anything, so just want to melt it and get it moving. That's perfect. And then don't start your stick on fire. So we'll let that melt. So the greatest thing about these is, once that wax gets completely in there, it penetrates through the whole thing, because it's nice and hot, and it gets in there and kind of melts all the way through. So it gets all the way down, and then it leaves a nice cap on the top, just like a candle, with some shavings hanging out. And boy, does it work good. So after we're done here, I'll start a fire tonight, and I'll show you how it works. And yeah, it's messy, but it's at least something you can reuse or repurpose some of your sawdust with. And it works very well. And it smells good. My shop smells like cinnamon rolls. maybe that's a bad thing, who knows. So let's stuff the rest of these in here. And see, it's pretty quick. You don't have to, I mean, I'm sure there's a better way. Somebody might come up with like, oh, I can put a funnel in there, or I can do, you don't have to. We're just making fire starters. And it's nice too, because these things burn real hot. So when you do start them and you put some kindling and stuff over the top of them or whatever, it takes off pretty quick. So, and then this whole thing will just burn up because it's just cardboard. Let's see if we get there. There we go. That one's probably too much. Yeah, these are all good. This middle one needs more. And it could be any, you know, this is Purple Heart. We got maple in here. You can have cedar chips. You can have whatever you want in there. Sawdust. The more flavors, the better, I guess. All right, that's good enough right there. Now I feel like I'm Martha Stewart on a cooking show. All right, let's stuff these in there. Where's my companion Snoop Dogg when I need him? All right, this is good. Like I said, you can just be as sloppy as you want. I mean, this will clean up real easy. So, but once you start putting these in there and filling up the cavities, don't drop it in your wax. Oh, this is a good one. Wow, that's a long, boy, that's a proof of a sharp chisel or a sharp plane right there. We got some long ribbons in here, so that's good. Must be doing something right. All right, whoops, I lifted that one up. That was probably a mistake. No, let's shove some more in this one. Yeah, and like I said, just don't lift them up because then all that stuff's gonna come out in the back. Just be careful. I'm trying to go a little faster here so we can get this video over with. Let's see, that's pretty good. And this is kind of what I want, you know, you want some type of wick sitting out, some type of debris, so we can, when we put it in the fire, we have something to light with just a match or a lighter. Sometimes I use a blowtorch, whatever works good. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's get some of this out of the way. All right, now let's straighten all this out. There's some big chips in there. Let's see how we're doing here. Gosh, it does sure smells like cinnamon rolls. So I just put a big rib roast on the smoker about half an hour ago, so for Easter dinner. So, and then our neighbor's home all alone, so I forced her. We're gonna bring her a plate for Easter because her husband is away working. I think he's in Key West, which is how unlucky is that, right? So, all right, I'm gonna let this melt a little bit more and go get a pair of gloves and be right back. All right, we're back. So this looks very, very melted and it's very, very hot. So by the way, this little pail or this little bucket was an old citronella candle. So if you have leftover, which would be really smart, if you have citronella wax or something like that, that'd be really good to put in your fire because it helps keep the mosquitoes and other bugs away. But this works great. This little heat pad or this hot plate, you know, these things are really cheap. Ran me about 15 bucks, maybe $18. It's under 20 bucks. Toilet paper rolls. These other rolls I cut from longer ones. I believe these are from industrial paper towels or other stuff like that. But like I said, you can use toilet paper rolls too. It just uses a lot more material. But these little guys are great because they're compact. All right, so this is extremely hot. And I always pour from the same direction just because the wax will melt when it comes back out. So just slowly fill this up and then it penetrates the bottom. It'll overflow a little bit, that's okay. Just get that stuff in there. Pretty simple. Looks like we just have enough here. Once it gets to the bottom on some of these, it leaks out a little bit, so don't worry about it. It'll dry before it, and that's pretty much it. These are all looking pretty good. So, and that was about 1/2 pound of wax. Some of it's leaking out in the other spot. That's okay. And that's it. Turn that off so we don't get fire started. That's the other thing too, is always you're in a wood shop, there's a lot of wood around, and this stuff could go up pretty quick. So here's your finished product. I'll take these off. We'll let these dry, and then you can see they're capped. There's a little bit sticking out. It goes all the way to the bottom, so you can light either end, but as long as there's a little debris sticking out. But like I said, if you have a nice hot match or blowtorch or something, it lights up immediately. So we'll let these dry, and then later tonight we'll start a fire. Well, happy Easter, everyone. So I hope everybody has a good Easter and has some good eats. I want to share a secret with you. So we bought a rib roast, prime rib roast this time around. So I salt and peppered and garlic crusted it, let it sit and marinate for probably about 4 hours. So it should smoke up in about 4 more hours. So my secret is this guava nectar. It's got a mixture of papaya and strawberry and cherry, banana. It's got all the good fruit flavors in there, but I add it to my baste or my water, and then that aroma, that it just glazes everything that's in that smoker. And then I use apple chips, of course, and some more fruit wood, and the mixture is just incredible. So when this is finished, we will, there it is down there. You can see my dogs. He is just hey, come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. Let me have some of that. So yeah, we'll smoke this up and show you the finished product. All right, are we ready for this? Oh. Let's check the temp. 145. Let's do the middle. 140. 44. Absolutely perfect. All right. Let's put this in the pan. Oh, who's your daddy? Look at that. Oh, yeah. Man. All right, so I put a fire starter in there on top of some sticks. Let's see if we can light this up. Hopefully this takes off. Can light the other end too, which might be better. There we go. Let's see how this goes. Birds are still chirping. 8 o'clock at night. Well, 8:05. So, as long as you got some dry wood in there, that wax combined with that wood chips and shavings, boy, that takes off quick. So, not a bad gig, and it smells like cinnamon rolls. So, well, happy Easter, everyone. Enjoy the fire.